We are here for one thing and one thing only. What is going on, fam? It is Battle 24 and we're getting to the good shit soon. We're getting to the good shit. Today we have the over-the-hedge pattern theory, part of the DreamWorks More theory. Then the next video we finally get back to the Mort-centric video and tackle some more DreamWorks theory stuff, because every DreamWorks film is connected from the title of the 17th part of this, but we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. Today we have the over-the-hedge pattern theory from the Theorizer. This was a theory that he uploaded in 2019 about Over the Hedge, which is a good movie. Over the Hedge is a really good movie, and I highly suggest you watch it. I've played the Over the Hedge game quite a lot. Once I get a better computer and find out how to get my capture card shit working and everything working smoothly and well and stuff like that, I may do an Over the Hedge playthrough on my channel once I get a much better computer and shit like that. But for now, this is the best Over the Hedge content that we're gonna get. It is in the form of a theory by the Theorizer, and we all know that the Theorizer makes some crazy shit. I hope you guys enjoyed me having a psychotic break in the last episode, and I need to address the one thing that I said about Nana and Dubois, which was that Nana told Dubois about the animals. Of course, that is wrong. I did not. I misremembered the movie, and I did not remember that at the beginning of the movie, Dubois already got the call for them to kidnap the animals. No one told her about it. She, knew about the animals from the animal control, and then she kidnapped the animals. So Nana did not call Dubois and let her know about the animals, but I was on the right track saying that Nana and Dubois worked together. So just clearing that out. I do know that I was wrong with that theory. I will admit that I was wrong, but I was on the right track. So anyway, Over the Hedge.
DreamWorks has a track record of making wonderful films. Some have deep world building like Shrek, some are absolutely ever increasingly hilarious like Madagascar, and some are extremely good in all ways of character like Kung Fu Panda. And while the general consensus is that they've dipped in quality since being bought out by Universal, that doesn't prevent them from still creating amazing
Over the
movies.
Hedge.
They're known for letting loose when it comes to comedy, as opposed to stuff by Disney, and one of the funniest yet forgotten standalone films they have ever made is undeniably Over the Hedge.
Get Over the Hedge! Over the Hedge is underrated. I'm gonna say it right now. It's underrated. It's one of the most underrated movies, yet it's fucking awesome! It is such a good movie. It's such a good fucking movie, and I can't even begin to explain how, insane this movie is. If you have not watched it, I highly suggest you do, but to sum it up the best as I can, and as much as I can remember, RJ steals food from a bear because he needs food. Bear catches him, he almost gets away with the food, but the food gets ran over before he can give the food back to the bear. The bear says that he has about a week or so. I don't know the exact timing. Could be a couple days, could be a few days, I don't know. But he has a certain amount of time to get all the food that was destroyed back to the bear before he dies. So RJ decides to infiltrate a small woodland society in the middle of this huge, giant, suburban neighborhood. Convinces these characters that, they can have the food they want if they help him, they can get all that kind of shit like that. Well, they don't know that RJ is just trying to save his own ass, and things happen, good things happen, bad things happen. They eventually find out that RJ's been playing them the entire time, but then RJ, I think he, I don't know, they end up getting captured and shit, something like that. It's very, very fuzzy to me. I'm gonna need to watch Over the Hedge again because, you know, I kind of really do want to watch Over the Hedge again, so...
This thing is full of perfect timing, actually genius slapstick, and some of the best jokes and characters they've created henceforth. And it may surprise you that there's some unexpected lore to unpack.
Of course!
But if you've ever seen my videos before...
Like, of course there's gonna be lore and Over the Hedge. A movie like that is prime for some good-ass lore, you know? Funny slapstick comedy and stuff like that, but underneath all the funny comedy, you have the lore bits, and I bet that there is some crazy, insane lore that is in this movie. I'm just plugging in my keyboard so that I can press the switch easier.
Or you know that it's always the case with me.
Yeah. We know the Theorizer by now. We know the Theorizer by now. We know the Theorizer by now, you know? We are very familiar with him.
Hello, I'm the Theorizer.
Because he's commented on a lot of my theories, and if you're watching this Theorizer, hello! Hi! Yeah, I know that you can't wait for my reaction to part 21. I can't personally wait either. Personally, I cannot wait either for the massive three-part, the three-part adventure that I'm gonna go on here, where apparently the more theory just spirals into all hell breaks loose times a million territory, so, I'm ready for it. You're ready to watch me watch it. I cannot wait. Let's get...
And here we see Gladys Sharp, one of the most over-the-top, goofy, bureaucratic nutjobs ever put animation.
Gladys. Good old bitch Gladys. The woman that freaks on every single animal and is so uptight she is like a Karen. Literally, she's like a Karen. If Dubois plays a major part in these series, then Gladys must play a major part in these series. Holy shit. Gladys must play a big part in these overarching theories as well as everything else here.
All of the jokes at her expense land well, and that's her purpose.
Yeah.
But what can I dig up on her, and what might...
She's the butt of every joke, and every joke that lands at an expense of her, like the Theorizer said, works, it lands perfectly, and it makes sense, and everyone laughs, because, like I said, she's the butt of every joke.
Unearth about the rest of this movie's unexplained backstories. I'm gonna explain all we know first, and see what comes of it. So, Gladys Sharp is the president of a homeowners association.
Yes.
She seems to organize and dictate this El Rancho Camelot suburb in Chesterton.
The suburb, cul-de-sac, whatever you want to call it. She controls it. She has a say in everything, and everything that she says is fact and shall be enacted immediately after she says it. Because...
Her rules are tight, strict as hell. She determines such petty things as the 54-acre suburb's collective grass length, and she flies off the handle when it's so much as half an inch longer than is acceptable.
She's petty, she's insane.
Nuts. Every other person in the neighborhood thinks she's, well, exactly like this. This community is extremely isolated from outside interference, and it has its own newspaper. It's a very exclusive arrangement, and this woman is so into her job because managing the homes of this kind of enormous gated community is a job on par with being a sort of city mayor. The suburb is huge. It's been debated whether or not she's even the real villain here. When they all debate in the street over whether Ozzy is dead or not, Gladys exclaims that she hopes he's not in any pain. This is genuine, despite her comedic knee-jerk reaction to kill it. She jumps and runs away. Gladys Sharp is not a bad person per se, but she is a workaholic, and she loves being one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, she isn't inherently bad, but, like, she isn't a villain. I mean, she's not the villain of the movie. Yeah, sure, she's a bad bitch, but she's not the villain of the movie. Like, she does have a heart. She works a lot, like Theorizer said, she works a lot, and it's kind of so caught up in her job that she doesn't really care to worry about anything else. I think that's what he's getting at. She's so in tune with the work that all she can focus on is her work and nothing else, which is why she freaks out if the grass is like a centimeter too tall, you know. It's a centimeter too tall. No! This don't burn me! This is really bad for the homeowners association. No! The grass is 1 inch over the sidewalk. No! This is terrible! She sees that car is parked a little bit outside of the driveway. Guess I'll die. Anything is small at a place. She craves death.
Affection and keeping the community she regulates in check. She wanted all of the animals humanely killed before they got painfully injured. And after more and more madness, she lost her cool and demanded inhumane execution. She owns a highly pristine cat whom she loves.
Of course.
And she is by no means a sociopath of any sort, let alone a psychopath. She's just short-tempered and often past the point of rationale. So why is she like this? Where is she from? Was she elected head of the suburb? She loves her job, and avoiding it stresses her out. But how come? Well, it probably just comes down to, mostly, natural personality.
Yeah.
I've basically already dissected her personality in another video. You see, Gladys Sharp looks, sounds, and acts exactly the same as this character from the animated tween television show Total Drama Island. She's just like the character known as Heather, whom I analyzed a few months ago. I'll just link that video in the box above now for those who want to know more about her nature. But could Gladys be responsible?
Oh yeah, Heather's a manipulator. She's 100% a manipulator. I don't need to watch that theory to know that she is a manipulator. If you've ever seen Total Drama, like the series as a whole, and you've seen Heather's character, she has all the signs of a social manipulator. Like, through and through, 110%. She is, without a doubt, the most manipulative character in the entire series. Which is why I think that she's revered as the best player in Total Drama. Because she mimics that manipulation. She gets everyone on her side, and everyone hates her, but everyone loves her, and she knows how to get people on her side to vote other contestants out. I mean, Total Drama is essentially a parody of Survivor. I mean, has the exact same, like, you know, things as Survivor. So, like, it's not out of the question that she can get what she wants whenever she wants, and she knows exactly how to do it. Kind of like Gladys, I think. No, Gladys is not a manipulator. She's just a workaholic, like.
For more than she lets on. Is she a part of some government body that created this neighborhood to begin with?
I don't know.
Probably. She's likely trying to move up the ranks, and this smaller, near-political pseudo-occupation seems to be her stepping stone. The brochure even reads the kind of thing she'd write.
Only a select few will call it home.
Despite it being fit for 50,000 families. But
yeah, despite it being fit for that, only a few will call it home. How does that make sense? Only a select few people will call it home out of 50,000 homes in this suburb area. The fuck are you trying to say, Gladys? Spit it out, woman!
The thing about this brochure's map confuses me. It shows what's left of the forest. Apparently, the so-called forest is a minuscule patch of wildlife locked within a 54-acre suburb.
Yeah.
Not only that, but this mini patch is marked for future development. Gladys couldn't just wait for the construction to move in behind her house. She was so agitated that she needed to exterminate the animals immediately. What this means is that the forest's remnants aren't going to be plowed down for quite some time.
Yeah.
And what that means is that the gang of foragers are safe. For now. But this patch of woods is not a long-term solution according to the map. So in trying to dissect Gladys's motivations, I've just pieced together the fate of the animal's home. If RJ and the gang are stupid, they'll continue to rob the suburb, much to their soon-to-be-exterminated detriment. They must get out of there. And then I saw the end credits scene where the gang has done it. They're out of the suburb. They're back over near RJ's old home near a mountainside highway. Because they're robbing that same vending machine. I'm not sure this food is a long-term solution either, though. It's not meant for these kinds of animals, and the vendors will eventually stop filling it if it loses money. RJ made them like him. Is that really a good thing in the long run? A family out for itself? So again, if they keep stealing from this suburb, construction will move in quicker, which will push them out, which makes sense then as to why we see them at the vending machine, which itself is also a temporary solution in many ways. So we know the future of these poor animals, but what's going on with the other characters? Vincent was shipped off to a proper environment, Gladys was arrested, and Dwayne the Exterminator tried to escape, but most likely didn't ultimately. What kind of fate befits a person who breaks the laws of the state and the laws of luminous flux? Well, probably at least a few years in prison, right? She'll get out eventually, though, but I'm not sure she'll be permitted HOA presidency again.
Yeah.
Dwayne will probably stay in prison longer, unless he smooth talks his way out of a harsh sentence. He is, after all, not the one assaulting officers. So that's that. I've explained all character pasts and all character futures. But the reason I'm focusing so heavily on all these characters, their backstories, and what's to come for them is for one very key reason. There's something bizarre about these two humans in particular, and it took me so long to acknowledge what it is, but I finally got it.
Oh?
When you mix these two villains together, you get the single funniest villain ever to come out of a DreamWorks film, Captain Chantal Dubois from Madagascar 3.
What?
The animal control officer. Chantal Dubois is the delusional and obsessed French woman.
You're telling me that Dubois is somehow connected to both Gladys and the Exterminator? How the hell do you suggest that? How the hell do you suggest that? Because my first instinct was to pop off and say, oh, Gladys and the Exterminator are Dubois' parents. None of them are French, and Gladys is not Russian. As far as you can tell, Gladys is not Russian. So, that is extremely out of the question that Gladys and the Exterminator are Dubois' parents. It makes literally no sense to say. So, I don't know. I'm stumped on this one. I'm trying to come up with something and I'm just stumped on this one. Because if you mix those two characters together, you get Dubois. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting a cameo from Dubois, but I mean, here we are.
Personality of Gladys Sharp and the occupation of Dwayne LaFontaine. Let's see. Krav Maga, check. Obsessive insanity, check. Extroverted thinker, check.
Yes.
Use scent to identify all species in a somewhat supernatural manner, check.
Wait.
Obsessed with the entrapment of animals, double check. This is it. But the similarities aren't just limited to these human characters, they expand to the whole of the movies. Let's see. Both Over the Hedge and the first Madagascar were released only a year apart, both by DreamWorks Animation. Both feature a group of highly intelligent animals fighting for survival in a human's world where their voices are masked with squeaks and growls. And Madagascar literally promoted Over the Hedge. I have the damn DVD, I know these things. The comparisons never end.
No. 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 No, I refuse to believe it. If you say what I think you're going to say, if you say what I think you're going to say, calm down.
It's like they're the same movie, except one features animals learning about humanity, and the other focuses on animals separating from it. Madagascar 3 feels like it has such a hilarious and optimized villain because it is accumulation incarnate. Dubois mixes at least Nana, Dwayne, and Gladys.
Yeah.
It's my occupation, literally, to identify each animated film company's individual multiverse and discover how each Easter egg and pattern similarity crosses over.
So the multiverse between Over the Hedge and...
It took me 12 videos and 3 years to solve only a third of Pixar's, and upon studying the technicalities of Dubois and Over the Hedge, I have come to one simple realization. We now have solid evidence to suggest that Madagascar and Over the Hedge take place in the same
universe.
World. Have you seen that video I made a while
back?
Almost a year and a half ago.
I did.
One of my only theories on Madagascar, where I tried proving that Dubois was Nana's niece.
Yeah.
I'll link it above in the box now. It
I've
is
watched
one
it.
of my best videos, but I'm slowly becoming inclined to suggest that if it truly is a shared universe, and the parallels, by the way, are uncanny, then could it also be true that people like Dwayne Lafontaine and Chantal Dubois, both with French last names, could have gone to the same school or training facility? Some sort of extremely advanced anti-animal intelligence secret society? It's a leap, of course, but their abilities are spot-on identical, and their pattern matches swimmingly. They know animals are smart, and they know how to cut them
My
down.
brain...
This supposedly Texan exterminator is more than meets the eye. The French are breeding exterminator terminators to suppress naturalistic IQ in hopes of keeping humanity dominant. Obviously that's a jump, but the similarities between them are uncanny and designer explanation. It's sounding like a cliche Pixar theory-esque timeline right now, but it's not. This is merely a complex pattern. So, in summary, we've predicted Gladys, Dwayne, and the animals' futures. We've scanned for Gladys and Dwayne's backstories, and using loads of evidential patterns, I've come to the proposal of a shared universe here, with overlapping seen in the educations and surnames of Dwayne and Dubois. I'm going to be covering lots of DreamWorks here, assuming copyright will be friendly. If you're new here, or you just haven't been recommended my videos in a while, I have been posting a lot of really deep theories, far deeper than this, in 2019 so far, so go back and check them out. Click subscribe if you haven't yet. I have lots of nostalgia to go through in the coming future. YouTube changed the settings around the bell notifications. Now it's easier to select all if you want to be notified. I'll probably at least cover Flushed Away and The Boss Baby in the next few weeks. So until then, I'm the Theorizer.
Very, very interesting theory. That is a very interesting theory, kind of posing the idea that Madagascar and Over the Hedge are in the same universe, and there's a bit of crossover between Dubois and Dwayne Lafontaine, you know, or whatever his name is. Again, both French last names, like you said, probably work together, probably in some way connected, like, just like that. Probably there's probably a three-way, connection between Dubois, Nana, and Dwayne. But, yeah, that's interesting. That is a very, very interesting, theory there, and, yeah. The next time that we come back, more theory. Every DreamWorks film is connected. It's part 17, and I cannot believe that we have made like 15 videos on this so far, like 14, 15 videos on this so far. It's crazy, because I've done so many videos where I've reacted to 2 videos in a single in a single session. So, I mean, it's crazy. I will see all of you in the next video. Later.